Everyone, 30.6 here, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, the American Campaign. I believe this is episode 9 or 10, which is pretty wild to think that I've had a series go on for this long. So, in the last episode, we began really going to war with France. The invasion of Haiti has begun. The fleet has been moved. The East Coast Fleet has been temporarily moved and confined to the Caribbean by, just as our strategy here is just to take out their colonial possessions. I'm very concerned about going after the French Antilles because of, these massive minefields. So I think we're going to ignore it and go instead for French Guiana, or French Guinea. And then in the interim, we are still focused on taking on Fort Bayard, which I believe was the title of the last episode, as we are now up to 100%. I believe all the fleets are here. Yeah, so the entire Pacific and China squadrons are here, which is very good. We'll get that, and then we will focus immediately on going to Saigon. Now, of course, we are aware that there are some French ships in the area, and they have been coming. Last episode we fought a battlecruiser that had shown up. But again, it does seem that most of the fleet is kind of spread out for the French, which is excellent for us. Let me just make sure I'm recording. Yep, alright, we're good. So, that's always good news. The only thing I'm extremely concerned about is our small port here in Bar. So the Soviet Union's got some ships there repairing, so I'm not concerned about them trying to take it. And again, it looks like most of their fleet is trying to come and engage us, but I think we'll take Fort Bayard and the Kwangshawan Peninsula and Island very quickly. As for research, so I went ahead into custom battles again. You guys know I've been doing this throughout the series. Just kind of take a look at what's coming up. I cannot for the life of me figure out a way to get 8-inch guns on the Heavy Cruiser 1 design. And this is with all of the tech that's supposed to be unlocked by 1924. I went forward a few years. Sorry, I'm getting frustrated. But it's just frustrating to try to deal with it because I can't really build on the hull. So in lieu of that, I looked when we're supposed to get the modern light cruiser 1. It's technically supposed to be 1924, 1925. So I'm just going to leave this priority on cruiser design. I'm going to leave this on here and make sure we get the 8-inch Mark IIIs. How are we doing on money? We have money. So let's just go ahead and get into it, and we'll see how it goes. I think I said last episode was to be a shorter episode, but that didn't really happen. Because, well, if you look at the episode time, it's about an hour. I think I'll do this episode about the same. I've got stuff to do. So, I would like later on, if we ever get that far, if we can get a 35,000-ton battlecruiser, maybe. I know they'd technically be classified as battlecruisers, but I think it'd be fun to design an Alaska class. So, looks like our destroyer squadron is going in to fight a French destroyer. Mark III 20-inch torpedoes. Not bad. So this may just be a ghost battle. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I'm not super concerned about it. If we can take it out, we'll take it out. Also, I did experiment with an idea of building maybe smaller gun destroyers. We'll keep the 5-inchers on most of our kind of like fleet destroyers. So stuff like the Macomb class and ships of the like. But oh no 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 no. Okay, dodging death here. Ah! What are you doing? Ah! Turn off your torpedoes, you morons! You're gonna kill each other. But our fleet destroyers like the Macomb class will keep the 5-inch guns. These guys are designed to. All right, Bryant, you are clearly damaged. Get out of the formation. Go that way. Turner, you're taking the lead. So, again, it's just an experiment. Maybe because we could probably get some more 4-inch guns on there and maybe focus more on torpedoes with the new class. Plus, it allows us to have those 4-inch gun destroyers act as more convoy raiding ships and foreign garrison vessels. I told you all to keep your torpedoes off. Apparently, you guys don't listen. You missed. You missed anyway, so you failed at what I told you not to do. I swear, we got some real wise guys in the torpedo room. The cruiser, and some of the destroyer torpedo officers are excellent, as we saw a couple episodes ago. It's just, I swear to God. Yep. All right. Who did it? Tatnall? Get out of formation. You're going in for questioning. You ignored a direct order to not fire torpedoes. Your captain's going in for questioning, as well as your crew. And the Charles F. Adams, please leave the formation and somebody get damage control parties on board. I don't know, Gleaves, get some of your men in a boat and send over some extra corpsmen and whoever else you can get there. You guys just sink it, please? I guess we can just surround the ship and just pour fire into it. Eventually something will hit. How can we destroy a torpedo unless you're talking about the launcher? Again, I apologize for the Steam stuff showing up. It's just, I haven't figured out a good way to get rid of it. I know I could just turn on Do Not Disturb, but sometimes I get messages from my friends and be like, hey, you getting on? So I just need to be aware of that. So, Tatnall, your captain and your torpedo crews are going into questioning, because that was ridiculous. That was... There's 5 crew members that you killed. Senegalais, another fantastique. So it looks like we have 3 meetings here. Did we get Quang Shawan? I think we did, which is good. And after we get out of these battles, we'll check in on how the army's doing. Oh, and that heavy cruiser 2 hull. Hey developers, if you're watching this, the heavy cruiser 2 hull needs to be modified in such a way that it's not absolutely stupid. Some other words I could use to describe it, but I'm going to refrain from doing so in the interest of, well, being polite. So we're just going to leave that where it lies. Yep, alright. Alright, cruisers, you guys are going in. I do quite like the silhouette of the Lake Placid class. It gives kind of a clear picture of the ship, and like I mentioned before, we imagined that this area would be like a light superstructure, and maybe later on it would have like a float plane catapult and like ways to launch more boats and stuff. So instead of just being dead space, I wish you could do that, where you could place like, you know, superstructure, not just funnels, but you could put like, for example, like a float plane, right, on capital ships, or maybe you could have like a light float plane or like extra boats, which would do like reduction of crew loss, or like, you know. Oh god. Idaho gets a kill. But I just think it would be nice, because then you could balance out the destroyers by doing that. Or not really the destroyers, but like heavy cruisers and stuff, or battleships, battle cruisers. You could definitely put some like float plane catapults on there. Would maybe give like, instead of just having better submarine detection like in a tower, you would be able to get it with like a float plane. Oh, so the Lake Placids are going up against the Intracasso, Illinois, Illinois, and Malais Brésil. Is it fantastic? You are new. Two single 6.3 inch guns, 4 single 5-inch guns, 1 single 3-inch gun, 18 single 1.7 inch guns. You're overweight. You're also slow for a light cruiser, but you do have armor, so I'm going to assume that's on the turrets and the casemates. You don't also have high armor quality. I noticed that it's 105%. I think we're running almost 130. Because, like, again, the heavy cruiser 2 hull would be perfect for it, right? That lower section that we looked at, right, that midsection, would be perfect to have stuff like superstructure, where you could put like maybe make it like a flush deck edition. So maybe, I don't know, it adds more tonnage, but you get better, I don't know, stability or something. Or those, because those decks would be a wash. Oh, great. What's the weather? The weather is cloudy. So, like I said, you know, for something like this, right, you could put a little bit of superstructure down for, again, wait, which class is this? I can't remember which class this is. But, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know, this dead space you could fill with something. Extra boats, and maybe give like a small bonus. Like, it wouldn't be something, you know, revolutionary. Like, it wouldn't be like, oh, you can suddenly fit, you know, 4 extra turrets on there. No. It would be more, it'd allow you to balance out the ship a bit more, and then you wouldn't have to put as much armor on. Like, if these weird things like ran across the whole hull, but you could put like some extra secondaries, or if it gave you some like light bonuses, I think that would be fine. And I would like to see float planes make an appearance, because then you could do like float plane research. It gives you bonuses to spotting. Like, you could launch float planes, right? To be like a button, I don't know, like here or something, right? So instead of the smoke screen for battleships, you'd have a button here in between the attach and detach, and where the smoke screen is for the light cruisers, and you could have that's a very I don't know what the word is. Bold torpedo launch, I guess. Because then you could have it launch for like a certain period of battle, right? Because it would be up there for some time, but it would give you like fleet spotting, it'd give you accuracy bonuses. But oh my god! Wichita Fallout. Okay, this is Wichita Fallout. New Orleans, take the lead. And smoke, please. Wichita, do the same thing. Or you could like launch extra boats, and you could, you know, keep flooding down for like your nearby ships. Like it give an AoE effect. I'm sorry. Huh? Who hit her? Okay, let's see. Oh, the James C. Owens with a torpedo hit. Where are you? James C. Owens with a torpedo hit. So, your damage. One torpedo hit for 7,324. Do you not have bulkheads? Ah. It's a tumble home. Yeah. That these things flooded pretty easily, and let's look at the bulkheads. Reinforced bulkheads one, triple hull bottom. But they have like, yeah, but look at the belt. Of course it was gonna flood. Jeez. All right. I think James C. Owens gets a kill for that. Normally I wouldn't give a kill to a light ship like that, but however, I think they deserve it just for being so accurate on the torpedoes. Now, just with a one slamming hit into it, I think. Go ahead, my Librezi. Get in range of our torpedoes. What was it? Nashville. Again, Wyoming still has the lead. In second place is Idaho with 4 kills. For those of you keeping along at home, it is a very distinct ship. It almost looks like almost kind of looks like a submarine in a way, with just the way the silhouette shows up. All right. Very good. Aha! Wang Shou Wan. Excellent. Alright. 100%. 100%. Alright. How is the army doing? They are advancing. So I think in preparation, go over to the politics screen. What province is it? Annam. How much tonnage does that need? No. We'll focus on Cochinchina, and we'll take Saigon. So, in preparation for that, I would love to combine these two task forces, but I don't think that's going to happen. Idaho, move your squadron here. As for the destroyers, shall also move your squadron here. So, as for you all, I'm going to set you guys up over here. So we'll take that, and then we'll focus on Annam, and hopefully the army will take the hint and start going for Laos. Research. Nothing yet. Politics, how are we looking? I do not like all this red here. Again, whoever effed up the frickin' tension stuff needs to have a better way to fix it, because I'm not going to sit here in this screen for months on end and just try to improve relations when relations keep going down. Like, I should have a couple more events where I could say, hey, you know, I don't mind that much, you know, or, hey, like a couple of events where it'd be like a French warship, or like let's say for over here, right, a Japanese warship was stranded at heavy seas. The United States Navy will always help our fellow mariners, and we will commend the captain for doing everything in his power to help save as much of the crew as possible. I think that would be good. So, the submarines are almost done commissioning. So once they're commissioned, we're going to finally do the big line strategy. We're just going to convoy raid up and down the entire Atlantic. So this is what's also concerning me. They have a heavy cruiser. So this is a battle fleet right here. But again, of course, they have a small fleet up here. The advantage is that right here should be the Delaware and her destroyer coterie. And if it comes to that, we will take the East Coast fleet, the Atlantic fleet, and we will move them immediately to counteract these guys. So, again, half the fleet needs to stay at home. Argentina going to war with Brazil. Yep. Sounds about right. Lots of ships just coming, not in task forces, but just kind of by themselves. Not sure what that's about. Where are you going? You're supposed to be moving to Saigon, but I'm not sure if I believe you. Let's go ahead and go to the next turn. We have plenty of tonnage that we could start building new battleships or light cruisers. I am looking forward to the light cruiser once we get them. Strike, naval invasion. I don't think we'll have a meeting this turn, which is nice. Gives us a turn to kind of figure out, get ourselves sorted. Just go ahead and sink more transports. Double turrets on destroyers! Woo! Yep. Belgium and Netherlands going to war. So one of the update things said that the minor powers are more likely to go war against each other. Italy is invading Barcelona. Yep, so their fleets have arrived. 5 out of 6. So this will end next turn, and then we will immediately move the Atlantic fleet to interdict these guys. We'll just form a line across the Panama sector is what we're going to call it. We'll make sure that they can't do much. We're going to improve relations with Japan. I do not want to go to war. We're already in one expensive war. I don't need another. In the meantime, how are we looking? 100%. So, battle cruisers need to move. We'll just go ahead and pile them on here. We'll get this taken care of pretty quick. And then, how's the army doing? They didn't advance much, but I think they'll I think they'll push through. I've got faith. Research. No new cruiser design. No 8-inch guns. Control station. I think it's just general improvements. Next turn. So we could get lucky and have a little bit of an interlude in fighting. But, I doubt the game will be that kind to us. I do see, however, that we're over 54 billion naval funds. So we could absolutely just go hog wild. Looks like the British are creating a new heavy cruiser class. And so is the French. Battlecruiser. Germany's creating a new heavy cruiser. Looks like we have a meeting and a strike mission coming up. I'm getting very nervous about that French fleet in the Pacific. It's not something I should be worried about, but it is kind of back of mind concern. Why do we only have 7 battlecruisers? One second. I see. The first, looks like the Mole House was trying to cease or evacuate, but they were caught out by the Nebraskas, and actually 2 Connecticuts. A Nebraska, 2 Connecticuts, and just kind of a hodgepodge of whatever else we got. And again, after this war is over, we're going to go ahead and just restructure the fleet, where we're going to send... Hopefully we'll have the new heavy cruisers ready. So once those hulls are ready, we're going to start moving them. We're going to build an entire massive class of heavy cruisers, and we're just going to take the old ones and we're just going to ship them off to... we're just going to ship them off to the foreign ports. We have the Sullivans as a destroyer a bit early here, but we'll run with it. So it is interesting to see the Nebraskas, the second most recent ship, compared to the Connecticuts, which is our first kind of real, I guess you could say, dreadnought. I mean, they have proven themselves to be reliable, and I'm thinking that maybe in the next round of refits we switch them over to 14s if we can. There'll be other weight-saving measures. They are trained, which is what I'm concerned about, is that the entire Atlantic fleet is not as well trained, and that's mainly just due to what's been going on war-wise. Like, the Atlantic fleet didn't see much action during the Austria-Hungary War. However, the last 2 wars have been mainly fought in the Pacific. Of course, that's about to change with, you know... So currently Connecticut looks like she's going to get a kill. But, not 100% sure. Still the Connecticut. Oh, wait. Couple 14s hit Louisiana. Couple destroyers hitting, but... Oh, couple torpedo hits. Oh god. Who was it? Who was it? Wait. Louisiana? Connecticut? We'll just do Louisiana. She was the last to hit. I know technically the flooding would go to the destroyer, but unfortunately I couldn't see who hit it. So we're just going to assign the kill to Louisiana, which means the first ship in the Atlantic Fleet ever since I started recording kills has gotten a kill. I think. I can't remember. Still, Wyoming holds the all-time record. I think we got, that means we got Haiti. We did. Very good. Colombia's at war with Venezuela. Colombia, you're not going to drag me into a war, right? Like, you better not drag me into that. I'm a little busy. So, Fort-de-France has no one, and Guyane has no one. So, with that information in mind, you guys are going right here. And you guys, this is Texas and Virginia, these are Nebraskas. Alright. Go right here. I want to make sure that the French, that's what I was worried about. They took El Salvador, so theoretically we could, but I want to see what these battle fleets do, because what I think they're going to probably do is they're going to try to interdict these guys. They're going to try to take them out. But if we can destroy their fleets here, we'll take El Salvador and move on with what's next. Britain. Cruiser design. Please tell me this is the new heavy cruiser. Nope. Advanced Battle Cruiser 5. Woot. Hey, Mark 3.8s. Finally. Alright. Let's see if my hunch is correct. I know the submarines are done, but I don't even know if I want to deploy them yet. We're not losing any convoys. And, oh, that's what I was worried about. So we're going to assume that, no, I don't want to go to war right now. We're a bit busy. So, looks like the Nebraskas and the Connecticuts that are still in service out here. Wyoming is going up against the first battleship I think we fought since the China War. The Valerouse class battleship. 8 twin 13.8-inch guns. Not very fast. Pricey. But here's the thing. The Nebraskas outweigh you. And have better guns. And better range. I'm willing to bet you, if I was a betting man, we'll be willing to put some money down that we have better stats than them. So we are going to fight. And I want to see what we can do. So in the meantime, I'm just going to take a quick run out of the room for a second just to check on something. So I don't know if I've told this before on the channel. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times. My dog, I have a Rottweiler, and he's a mama's boy. For sure. Like, 100%, no questions asked. No, you guys do not understand. Wyoming leads the division. Montpelier and Williamson, I'm going to have you guys fall back. As much as it would be nice to have torpedoes, I don't think they're going to be as useful. So, and I want to focus on the battle line. So, We found them? We have. Alright, I want to take a look at this thing, so I'm going to pause. Let's take a look at this French... Oh, no. So I was right, this is an older design. It's essentially a floating barge with nearly 14-inch guns. God, that hurts my brain. They're Mark III guns. They're not bad. Alright, Cordite 2, TNT 2. Not bad, not bad. What kind of shells are you using? Ooh. Okay, so they've got some armor. They've got a barbette 4 to protect their guns. Oh, didn't mean to bump my mouse there. Let's see. I just want to read this. Let's see. Their turrets are just hydraulic. Alright. So we can outturn them. They have increased AP. They are just using standard. Their HE shells are cap ballistic. It's an odd choice. I wouldn't use cap ballistic. 3 funnels. Okay. There's a joke. This is kind of the battle hexagon, because what it's designed for, this hull, when the developers designed it, imagine that you have a gun here, and then 2 wing turrets. Which makes sense. It's a battle hexagon. 6 guns. This one has 8. What's your armor? A 19-inch main belt. What? Huh? Oh, but look at that longitudinal weight and offset. Ooh. Many bulkheads, spacious quarters. Okay, not bad. I think Wyoming's gonna take that personally, that you think that your 19-inch belt is gonna stop her from going for the triple ace. And just as a reference, I'm just gonna pull open my calculator here, because I'm just interested in seeing how much this would be. So while the battle kind of just rolls on in the background. Ow! Wyoming hit, and then she hit back, so they've traded. If we did 13.8, it's about a 350 millimeter gun. So, looks like some other hits have just happened. No, stop. I don't know why Wyoming's going back, so I'm gonna pause. Wyoming, detach. You all fall into her group. Where is she? Alright. Wyoming, turn back in. It's frustrating. Of course, and now the battleships have ended up in the back of the formation, but, you know, maybe we just solo the battleship with the Wyoming, I don't know. I'm gonna take the heavy cruisers out of the formation. Form 2 separate battle lines. I will say, one of the things I wasn't happy about in the Nebraska class, and I aired this out when we first designed them, they don't have a lot of secondary firepower, but hopefully when they go in for the next round of refits, we'll be able to give them some form of defensive armament, and hopefully we have... I I think we have better engines now, so they should be much more capable of making the speeds that we need them to make, and hopefully we can get some speed back. So, as for Canberra, who seems to have taken command over the cruisers, just kind of shadow her, and then Wyoming, if you do me a favor, my dear, and present yourself less than perpendicular, that would be appreciated. Lots of hits. Nebraska gets a couple hits in. Ow. A couple 12-inch hits from Arizona. There's another one. Again, the cruisers are just there to take pressure off the battleships as they're trying to reorganize themselves. Looks like a couple of fires broken out. Cruisers seem to be doing a good job, however they're getting a bit too close for my liking. And if the Elena, is that her name? Aena decides to turn and face her turrets to the cruisers, they're not going to last very long. They are getting some 4-belt pens. That main belt is just so freaking thick. And 19 inches on the main belt, that's ridiculous. San Diego getting some hits in. Another fire. I will say, Wyoming, in her career, has taken quite a bit of damage and is still just moving. I do think this is one of our best designs of the campaign. Maybe next to the Idaho class and the Charleston class heavy cruisers. Did you just pin the belt? Yeah, okay. Again, they are using Cap Ballistic as HE. Aha! There's a flooding hit. Is that through the deck? So. And essentially they're only firing HE. We outspeed them a little bit. I'm not super concerned about taking just a bit of damage, but I am concerned that we're taking a little bit more than we should, so I'm going to make sure the aft guns can start getting in the fight here. Or the X and Y turrets, rather. Of course, we missed all those shots. Flooding? Where? I don't know. That's a little stupid. Wyoming can handle a bit of flooding. She's gotten hit before, she's flooded a bit, but she's gotten herself pumped out pretty quick. And now we have a gale roll in. So. Excuse me for a moment. Hey! Hey! He's okay. He dog heard something, so I had to make sure it wasn't someone trying to break in. She's... Oh! Flash fire! Is that it? Is that it? Ooh. What turret did she lose? Did she lose her aft turret? She did. Lots of hits. They are trading a bit. I'm not happy about that, but I'm also not happy that we're almost at 15% losses, but this is the first real... I should watch what I say here. This is the first true battleship battle that we've had in a long time, and this one has considerably bigger guns. And also, the Chinese tech at the time when we were fighting them was super behind, and these guys are at least on par with average tech or advanced tech. So we're dealing against a much more modern ship. Utah, Arizona still getting some hits in. Here goes Wyoming with another barrage of fire. Missed all those shots. She out of ammunition? She might be out of ammunition. She is burning, which probably doesn't help. There's another hit from the Wyoming. I'm interested to see who gets the kill shot. Nebraska and Wyoming doing some more damage. Fires are under control, which is nice. Yep, Wyoming hits. Is that Nebraska? Arizona hits. I think it's a tough cookie. She's either going to burn or she's going to flood, so it's just a matter of who gets the kill shot. Currently just switched to the Nebraska. Correction. Arizona. Utah. Back to the Wyoming. Back to Arizona. Back to the Wyoming. Oh, Nebraska with another series of big hits. I think that's going to be it. Yeah, Nebraska. Where are you? There you are. Up to 3. So... as for the Battle of Saigon, or the first Battle of Saigon Bay, do they need another battle star? I say no, and the only reason I say no is it's not a big fleet-on-fleet action. If there had been more ships, I would have said sure, but then again, Dunquesse, Jean-Bart class light cruiser, l'Indomitable, Fantastique, and a Fantastique, going up against the Lake Placid class and the Hobson destroyers. We'll see how we're doing on time. Alright. It's another tumble home. So, everyone form up. We'll see who's leading the division currently. That would be Salt Lake City. And As for the destroyers, I don't know, just form up in a big group and let's get at it. Again, if it's a ghost battle, like I've said before, we'll just ignore it, but it has been going well. Us, just in the war in general, has been going pretty well for us. Maybe that's due to because we're on an easier difficulty, or maybe it's ship design. I'd like it to think it's my gameplay, but then again, I'm not 100% sure on that. We have spotted the Donetsk. She's out of range, though. Oh, never mind. Maybe. Ha! Yeah, there. And have the secondaries focus on the destroyers, please. I don't know, do that, and then do that. Or, you know, just charge straight into them. Torpedoes off. Torpedoes off. Try to torp them on our way out. Alright, Nashville. I will permit firing of the torpedoes. These getting raked over by fire. Syringe guns are no joke. Vicksburg. It's a wishful torpedo launch there. Vicksburg with another. Her steering gear is damaged, so that torp will probably work a little bit better for y'all. Oh, torpedo detonation. That's convenient. Shredding French destroyers and light cruisers, cause that's what we do. And we'll permit you all to fire torpedoes now, provided you all don't kill our own ships. Another destroyed torpedo. Lots of flooding. God, I can't even see who's hitting. Springfield. Alright. Very good. Again, I don't think I'm going to deploy the submarines yet. I think we can wait, honestly. We're doing well so far. As for our Pacific adventures, the army is still advancing. That's concerning. Might have to handle that. But I don't think that'll be too much. They don't have a lot of tonnage in the area that they can power project with. We, however, have many hundreds of thousands of tons. Research. We know this is the battlecruiser that ruined our hopes and dreams. So I think we're going to end it there. Next episode, we're going to focus on finishing up the Indochina campaign, and then finishing up our operations here in the Caribbean. And then I will push for a peace treaty afterward, and hopefully by then we will have the heavy cruiser, or the modern heavy cruiser hull unlocked. So, see you guys next time. Bye.